Determine if the two triangles are congruent. If they are, state how you know. And I would say, looking at number one, I have an angle, I have another angle, I have a side. Look, I could mark this for myself. So if this is an angle, moving over to another angle, moving over to a side that's in this triangle, then I could double check over here. Do I have an angle? Do I have an angle moving over to a side? This goes to this. Then yes, I do. So I'm going to say angle, angle, side. I did change this into a multiple choice thingy to bobber, so, good luck. Obviously, they're all written on the board up there, okay? And then looking at number two, hey, these guys are congruent. That's really cool. I think I see an angle and an angle and an angle for this triangle. And then I see an angle and an angle and an angle for this triangle. So I want to say angle, 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 but look at the board. What does it say up there? Theorems that do not prove congruence. You can only say not enough info. Now coming up, there'll be a test on dilation. You'll be able to say that they are similar. All right, those are definitely similar triangles, but they are not congruent. I know they're drawn congruent, but what you remember about dilations is that this one is the pre, and that one is the image, and this one is slightly smaller, or this one is slightly bigger than the other. So no, none of that is congruence, right? That's a dilation. So not enough info on that. It says state what additional information is required in order to know that the triangles are congruent for the given reason. So, so for number three, what they want to see is side, side, side. Okay, that would be great if they could see side, side, side. I don't see that. I only see a pair of sides. I see this side is congruent to that side, and that's it. Now, I know that this side is congruent to itself, and nobody needs to tell me that. So that's not the answer. I know that. I've taught you that. You know that too. So what do I need in order to make sure that they are actually congruent? I would need somebody to come along and say that this side is congruent to that side, and then I would have side, side, side. So I'm saying that this side is side ED, and this side is the side MC, and I'm looking for that. ED, MC. I don't see it. Where's ED? I don't see it. It's not there. Oh no, I've done it wrong. Look closer. It's there. It's right there. They did not put the letters in the order that I put them in with my brain. Okay? My brain said start at E and go to D. But really, alphabetical people, they kind of rule the world. ED is A, B, C, D, E is supposed to be reversed if you're doing alphabetical. So they did DE. Although it's funny, this is not alphabetical either. You know what I mean? So I'm not stressing about it. I'm just saying if you cannot see your letters, call me over. I'll help you find them. You know what I mean? If you've written them down, I'll be like, no, they're there. You're on the right track. Just look harder. And then I'll wait and you pick it and then I'll congratulate you. Okay? So if you get stuck like that. All right. So write a statement that indicates that the triangles in each pair are congruent. Well, they look congruent. I mean, shoot. I got sides congruent to each other. I got more sides congruent to each other. I have more sides congruent to each other. But right now, I'm freaking out because they're all kind of out of order, aren't they? Like this angle matches that angle. So I'm expecting a statement that looks like this. It has the triangle F, and here's my congruent statement, and here's my triangle with a W. These guys match. These guys match. Well, what about this? What is this one match? G, what does he match? Yeah. I mean, I guess both of these are angle E. You know, angle E lives right here. So I would write down a G and I would write down an E. And then I'm looking for the last set right here. I would say I've got, now I'm confused because look, I have done this one, I have done that one, and I've done that one. Well, I guess the only other one I haven't done is U. And I'm thinking about this triangle here, okay? And I'm saying that W, E, U is that second triangle. But now I don't know what to write for the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like, haven't I used up everything over here? Technically, yes. I mean, I see what you're saying. That we've already used E. The G and the E, those things matched. I'm dying to figure out what U matches. Look for it carefully. Is it a letter that you've already used? Is there a letter there that is attached to two triangles? Well, there you go. That must be it then. Okay. So we're looking for FGE, FGE, and WEU, and boom, that's it. Now, I have mentioned that there are 9 ways to do it correctly, and like darn near an infinite number of ways to do it wrong. Notice that what I did was I start with the 1 mark. That 1 mark meant I should start with that angle. That 1 mark said I should start with that angle. That is how the test generator is going to give it to you. Okay? So you start with the 1 mark, you go to the 2 mark, and then you look at the 3 mark. And so this is the 1 mark, this is the 2 mark, this is the 3 marks, this is 1, 2, and 3 marks. Okay? Any questions on that one? Number 5, complete each congruent statement by naming the corresponding angular side. Do you see how we've been told that angle D is congruent to angle D? I believe those vertical angles are congruent. Angle E is congruent to angle G. So 2 marks here and 2 marks here. And last but not least, C is congruent to H. So C is congruent to H. And there is a congruent statement, and some of you might forget that it's there. So I'll tell you, I think it's turned into multiple choice. So hopefully you'll hunt around for it. What is the thing that I'm supposed to figure out? I am supposed to figure out CD, that's this side here, is congruent to what? Notice how I have 3 marks there and in red and a green mark there. Okay, I want the same side that has 3 red marks here and a green mark there. So that side is HD. Or, I don't know, you know. I mean, test generator, I guess it's kind of random. They could put HD or they could put DH. So look for both, right? It doesn't, I mean, if they're going alphabetical, they do DH, or if they like to watch TV, they're doing HD. Get it? HD. Okay. Anyway, for number 6, what I would love to think that you have learned about the dilations project is that if you can tell that the sides are parallel, these sides are parallel. If you can tell that all of the sides are parallel, then you know for a fact that it is a dilation. Okay, so this is definitely a dilation. If they're not parallel, then it's not a dilation. Now, I am going to tell you that it is definitely a dilation. Every single test question is definitely a dilation. But what it wants to know is what is the scale factor. And when we look at what we did yesterday, we took a point, and I don't care. Shout out any letter, S, T, U, or R. Go. Okay. R is at this point, it's at -2 and 0. And it got transformed into R prime, which is at -3, 0. So I wanted to remind you that what we did to R was we multiplied it by something that I called the scale factor. So what do I multiply -2 by to get a -3? Ready? What do I multiply -2 by in order to get a -3? No. Yeah. Ray, take a look at the screen for me. negative 2 times something is negative 3. It can't be 6. I didn't get 6 as an answer. I'm not saying negative 2 times negative 3. I'm saying negative 2 times something. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use a property of equality. I'm going to divide by negative 2. I'm going to divide by negative 2. And I'm going to get k equals 3/2, which is 1.5. Now, I won't lie. I picked a nice, easy number for you. I'm not doing 1.5 on the test. I'm pretty sure that none of the test forms say 1.5. If you get 1.5, call me over. I'll tell you where you went wrong, okay? It's going to be a number you can figure out without a calculator. I guarantee it, all right? And it doesn't matter which point you pick either. Any of them. Look at this. Notice this. Do you see how this was a height of 1 and that's a height of 1.5? Like, dude, you could see it right there, right? I'm talking about this spot right here. S was at 1, a height of 1, and S prime is at a height of 1.5. I mean, it's totally visible. You could see it, okay? All right, now here we go. Number 7. You guys have a bunch of triangles up there, and a bunch of stuff has not been marked. Mark it now.